Okay, hello everyone. I am making another gradient soap today because I really like the way the previous one turned out. I made rose clay and rosehip, I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, and it was really nice. I like the effect it gave, so I'm going to make Manuka Honey and Calendula today, and I'm going to attempt the gradient again. The ingredients are basically yellow clay. Got some ground calendula petals here, and I've got some full calendula petals here, and I've also got a super fat of shea butter, that's raw shea butter, and my fragrance today is, I'm just going to open it up so it's ready to use. It's a blend of sweet orange, Litsea, marjoram, hydachium. It's probably something a lot of people have not heard of. Hydachium and Gurjan balsam. I think that's the way you call it. Gurjan balsam, and it's really nice. It's kind of slightly citrusy, but there's a kind of a softness and a menthol note to it too. It's really nice, very refreshing. My base is 100% coconut oil. This is a coconut oil soap, and it's also a soul safe soap. I will spell that out because I am actually not sure if I'm butchering that word. It's basically a brine soap. So there's brine in the lye water. Okay, so I'm just going to get started on that now. Oh, I forgot to say that the Manuka honey was inside the coconut oil base. Forgot to show you that. It's, let me see. It is 12 plus active Manuka honey. And I'm going to use that today. Oh, it's already it's already going quite orange. So I hope it doesn't discolor too much because I really want it to be well, I want it to be yellow. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to take my soap onto the other side in order to give it a stick blend. So back in a minute. So it's barely to emulsification. It's, do you know what, I wouldn't even call that emulsification. I'm going to give stick blend it a wee bit more. Okay, so that is better. Right, I am going to pour the base layer. So the base layer of the gradient soap is always the one that has the most concentrated additives in it, and then everything else becomes more diluted in a way. Okay, so I'm going to add my yellow clay. And my calendula. I'm calling it calendula powder. It's probably not powder consistency. It's been ground down by myself. And this is going to need a stick blend. It's not going to, don't think the spatula is going to cut it. And I will put in a wee bit of my fragrance. Oops. Look. I want to add a bit of the calendula petals, not too much. And I can leave some for the top. I've weighed out way more than I think I'm going to need. Just a wee bit more fragrance. It smells so nice. I always say that I love essential oil blends. I've used fragrance oils in the past and it's nice. I think it's nice getting scents like chocolate and strawberry, but I feel like essential oils have a more, they just have a nicer effect on someone's mood, I think, and make you feel happier, if that makes sense. Right, so the first layer, it's still quite fluid actually, it's a bit more fluid than I would like. It's so slow, it's like such a fluid batter. Usually I've got the opposite problem where everything traces really quickly and you can't get it in fast enough, and this is totally the opposite. Right, let's see if you can see this. Got a spin wash. I'm being extra careful because it's actually being that thin, especially the bottom layer that I poured. It's not a good thing when you're doing layers, to be honest, because there's a higher chance of the layer that you're pouring on top is going to break through. You definitely don't want that in ingredient soap. There's slight movement on the bottom layer, so I'm just going to be extra careful. Keep the spoon very low, so barely any of the weight of the falling soap is hitting it basically. Right, just get that adjusted a wee bit. It's not easy to do one-handed, hold on. Right, but I need to pour a wee bit more on as well. A bit more of the fragrance. Every single time I pour that fragrance in, I get a bit waft of this lovely citrus flower. Another thing that I have done is, last time actually by mistake I made a miscalculation on the lye, and I had poured too much lye in, so I had to make a batch a wee bit bigger, and I just actually really like the way it turned out with the higher tops. I think it looks nice, so I deliberately did that today. So I've got a wee bit more in, so it won't fit into the mould comfortably. It's going to bow out again, so I'm going to have to put it against the wall and do the high top there, but it's going to have a higher top because it's a wee bit more oil weight than I usually use for that mould. Should make that last layer. I'm going to make a layer, I think, that's got, it's just a wee bit left in here, but that's got no kind of additive in it at all, type thing, for the very top, so it's kind of plain looking, because I've got a design in mind that I'm going to decorate the top with. So okay, so that was the last of the additives. I've got one layer here that I'm going to stick blend to make it thicker, and I am just going to push this against the wall again like I did last time, in order for me to get this bowing out started in the middle. And I will be back after I have done the decoration. So I want to quickly show you just what I've done so far in terms of the decorating the top. So one half of the high top is going to have the bubble wrap to give the excuse me, to give the honeycomb effect. And this part I'm going to decorate with calendula petals, and then I'm thinking of putting in one calendula flower into each bar, but we'll see how that goes, because I'm not too kind of happy with the calendula flowers that I've got. I feel they're quite sparse, but we'll see how it goes. But before I did that, before I covered this up, I really wanted to show you this really lovely colour. It's got absolutely no additives in it apart from Manuka honey, and it's like the perfect lemon colour. I hope it shows up in the video. And I really like this colour. I've got a new soap coming up for spring called Lemon and Yarrow, and I really want this type of colour in that soap. Okay, so that is my final result on top. I decided against using the calendula flowers. I'll show you what they were like. They're just, when I put one on at the side, it was just a bit too much, and I felt this is kind of on the right side of not being, too over the top. Try to see from this angle. And I just I always take a chopstick and just kind of like just shove the kind of petals into the soap, because through kind of past experience, every single time you use botanicals on top, you lose about 70 to 90% of them, during the curing process and then the cutting process. So this way, I mean, you're still going to lose some. They're still going to just like kind of flake off, but quite a bit of them remain if you try to kind of just poke them into the soap. So I'm going to come back and cut this either tonight or tomorrow morning. This the coconut oil based soap, this is 100% coconut oil, does not have the same problem as olive oil recipe that I've got. That takes for at least a week before I can unmold it, whereas because of the high percentage of soft oils, whereas this is a total opposite. I would never leave this for a week, otherwise it would be like rock hard. So it's at the very latest probably tomorrow morning. And preferably tonight, but then I can't really make a film of it because it's just too dark in the kitchen. But yeah, so I hope you like that, and I will come back for the cutting.